Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Secretary. Nice to see you again.
Hi, Representative.
Funding, Act 89 funding, we've been discussing that. It also provided additional monies for the Turnpike Commission. The 2012-2013 funding of $90 million is up to $142 million projected this year, $52 million increase. With those additional funds, that will support a lot of different things for the Turnpike. Being from Western PA, I really wanted to ask a few questions about some of the projects that have been out there and have been stagnated for years. Mon Valley Fayette Expressway, the Southern Beltway, the Finley Connector to 79. Will any of these monies be utilized to resurrect these projects?
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned before, I've already been out to districts 10, 11, and 12, and my main reason for going out there was to discuss those very projects that you just mentioned. We know that 51 miles of that project have already been built in the Southern Beltway, and now we're looking at the final 4 phases. The good news is the Turnpike has figured out a way to fund all 4 of those phases, and now it's just, we can't build them all at once. It's just impossible to do so. So we need to pick which ones will go first, which ones go through the environmental process first, and then through preliminary and final design so that they can get built. And that was the very purpose of my going out there. Many representatives who are here were part of that meeting, as well as state senators and county commissioners. It was a very productive conversation. There's still some work that needs to be done. The Turnpike felt that they had it. They had the direction of which projects, which of those 4 should be let first and how we should move. But there was definitely discussion in the room that proved that that's not quite decided on just yet, so we have to go back and figure out the right order. But the good news is that all 4 of them can be done. We just have to figure out which one goes first.
And as far as the additional funding to the Turnpike Commission, is there any plans for automated-only interchanges or slip ramps anywhere along the main line?
Yeah, we're always looking at efficiencies for the Turnpike. So that is a discussion that we are having, especially as we look at new interchanges and we look at new ramps, new access onto the Turnpike, as well as egresses off of the Turnpike. Obviously, when all electronic tolling is used, it allows us to decrease our costs of the project because it doesn't require as much right-of-way, which is a big cost driver in those projects. So that'll be something that we'll be looking at. But we're also looking at, with the Turnpike, many other efficiencies. We've been working together with them when it makes sense on storage facilities. We've been sharing inspector costs with them. We've been looking at design similarities so that we can also figure out ways to reduce redundancies and have PennDOT and the Turnpike work very closely together. I'm optimistic that that number is going to amount in the millions of dollars over the next few years. As I'm sure you know, I sit on the Turnpike Commission. I've already sat in on many meetings, and not only will we ensure that the building on the western part of the Turnpike happens, but that all building moving forward is done in the most efficient way, and when PennDOT can help it reduce those costs, we're going to do so.
And from one of those meetings, which we were both at, discussion came up about enforcement as far as automated tolling. Do you have any comment on the lack of enforcement that the Turnpike Commission has?
It's been frustrating. I've attended a handful of meetings so far. We meet twice a week. I've been to 4 meetings, and that has come up at every single meeting. People who do not pay as they go through our system, and what are the tools that we have to go after them. And it has been discussed that we want to be more aggressive than we have in the past, and so we are consulting right now and figuring out a way to be as aggressive as possible. People who use our roads, that are told need to pay for them.
Do we know what a revenue loss is there?
I don't have that exact number, but I can get that back to you. It's significant.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.